Okay, man, this is going to be a short intro as I do not have too much to say about this one. It's as simple as this, really. Bradley Beal, I do not know if you guys have noticed, is a hooper, a star, an offensive monster. But this man is dropping 60 bombs, 60-point games, and still taking L's out there. Sat there looking sad as hell on the bench after the game like he needs the first plane ticket out of town. Him and Westbrook don't seem to be working too well together. And the Wizards, again, just seem to kind of suck, let's be real. They're the worst team in the East as of the time I'm recording this video. And I honestly think a starting five of Tony Allen, Tony Allen, Tony Allen, Tony Allen, and you guessed it, Tony Allen. Like, even that team could drop 140 points right now against this shambolic Wizards defense. And it just ain't pretty, man. It really is not pretty. So I think it's finally time I hopped on the hashtag Free Bradley Beal bandwagon. He's given the Wizards every chance at this point and they've continued to let him down as a franchise. I think it's time for the Wizards to move on. Let Bradley Beal spread his wings and find success elsewhere and embrace a Deni Avdija, Troy Brown Jr., Rui Hachimura and Thomas Bryant-led youth movement. Develop the young guns and tank for Cade Cunningham or some other stud coming up in the 2021 draft. A fresh start all round. So that is the plan for today's video. I'm going to be taking over this Washington Wizards team, finding the perfect Bradley Beal trade, and then rebuilding as realistically as possible around this team's young core. Now, I'm not going to lie, this one might require a little bit of patience. You know, we're going to have to build slowly and smartly, do the draft, make the right trades to put the right pieces around this young core, and ultimately build a contender, man, because the Wizards have been mediocre for too long. I want to go all in, full-blown youth movement, build a contender, get the job done. Now, I'm sure that's a lot easier said than done. This is going to be a tough one, but as always, I'm here for it. I'm ready. I'm hyped. Let's hop into it. What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I'm James, my friends call me Tribey, and we are back, as I said today, with this interesting Wizards roster, shall we say. Now, we've got Bradley Beal, who we're obviously going to flip. I'm going to try and find a trade that works for both sides. I've got a few ideas in mind. Westbrook, I don't think we're getting rid of him. Like, he's on 41 mil. If I can get rid of him, I can, but it's going to be tough to find a suitor for him. Probably run him this season and see how he does. Thomas Bryant, Hachimura, like I said, some young talent on this team. I have put Moritz Wagner and Isaac Bonga in the G League because they haven't really been getting minutes this season. I don't know if Scott Brooks has something against German people, but yeah, they're not getting ticks. So I'm going to put them in the G League, develop them for this year. Troy Brown Jr. will give him some solid minutes, and some of these other guys will give some solid minutes. If I'm trying to tank, I may end up trading Bertans. Just again, free him. He'd be great on a contender, so maybe I'll flip him too. But as of right now, let's make the Bradley Beal trade happen. Actually, before I do that, let me get the satisfaction of doing this. Bang and bang, the deed is done. We'll bring in, yeah, it's got to be Stafe. Let's just bring him in. Okay, you know I had to phone up the Atlanta Hawks. They recently gave Danilo Gallinari all this money. It looks like John Collins is going to be on the move. He's expressed his satisfaction at the Trae Young system that they operate in, and they're just too deep right now. That they're going to make a big trade. There's rumors that they're going to make a big trade, and I think Bradley Beal is exactly the kind of guy they'd want to build with Trae Young around, so I think this could work. Now, I've given up quite a lot here. John Collins is a piece, but I mean, he's not Bradley Beal, so I've added in DeAndre Hunter because, I mean, this Wizards team, it just needs defense wherever it can get it. Kevin Huerter, solid talent. I think Cam Reddish is going to get a lot of his minutes anyway, and Bogdan Bogdanovic, so he might be a little bit surplus to requirements. I know he's had a good start to the season and he is getting minutes, but again, if Bradley Beal came in, yeah, that's all the minutes gone anyway. So Kevin Huerter, unprotected OKC pick in 2022 and a second. I don't think they're going to accept it, but I will happily force it through. I think that works. I kind of like it. I think it works for both sides and it gives us something to play with, to be honest. Okay, so post-Beal trade, the roster's looking pretty interesting. I mean, look at this defensive lineup. It is tragic. Westbrook, Huerter, Avdija, Collins, and Bryant. Good young team other than Westbrook. And yeah, they're not going to stop anybody. This team is playing zero defense, like even less defense than it plays today. So that's going to be interesting. I've got DeAndre Hunter off the bench because I do want to develop Deni Avdija. And speaking of guys that play zero defense and are off the bench, Davis Bertans, like, yeah, we just don't need, I think we need to tank. I think we need to trade Bertans, send him to a contender. Then we should be good to go. Yeah, let's get rid of Bertans. Before I make the Bertans trade, actually, I just want to show you guys, I have up the trade negotiation difficulty to 60. It's normally at 50. I just basically want to be offered more realistic trades. I want this to be as realistic a rebuild as possible. So this basically stops you being tempted by some of the ridiculous trades you get offered because, man, you get offered some crazy stuff. So yeah, let's see what we get for Bertans. It won't be what we normally get offered, but yeah, we should be able to find something decent, maybe a first round pick. Okay, here we go. By the way, it's super warm in my house, so I've shed a layer. Rudy Gay. Yeah, Rudy Gay and a first round pick. That kind of works. That's what we're looking for. So Rudy Gay's expiring. He can just play the backup power forward for one season. I did in Jerome Robinson in a second to sweeten the pot. But I will definitely take a 2-star value first round unprotected pick. I like that. Let's make that happen. Boom. Okay, so here is the roster I put together to basically tank and go for a high draft pick. Westbrook, Huerter, Avdija, Collins, and Bryant. Off the bench, we got DeAndre Hunter, Rui Hachimura, Troy Brown Jr., and Ish Smith. So with the exception of Ish Smith, a super young bench that I would like to develop. We have no real backup big, but I'm sure we'll make it it work. And hey, I mean, we're tanking anyway, so it's fine. John Collins is going to be the first scoring option because I really want to develop him. Then he's going to be the second option because I really want to develop him as well. And then Westbrook's just kind of here chilling, being the awkward old guy. So yeah. We also have a 2.5-star system fit. So all in all, things are looking interesting. But that's kind of what we're going for. So I guess the only thing to say now is let's see how bad this team can be. Okay, for a second now, I was worried that Westbrook might actually be good and lead us to some wins. But I'd say that went to plan. 26 and 56. That is that's what we were going for. LeBron James MVP, LaMelo Ball Rookie of the Year. He has been balling in real life. That triple-double he just put up was insane. Kid's a stud. I love him. Spencer Dinwiddie, Giannis Antetokounmpo Defensive Player of the Year, and Ja Morant Most Improved Player. All NBA teams. There are not going to be any Wizards here, so we can just skip all of that, I think. We can just skip this whole playoffs thing as well. We are not involved. Let's see where the Hawks landed. They were 6th with Trae Young and Bradley Beal. That seems kind of tough, but I guess they sacrificed a bit of depth and they got swept. Pelicans Nets finals. Can Zion get it done? The Pelicans are so juiced in this game, man. They're going to win. They're going to win. They're still going to win. Oh, okay, they blew a 3-1 lead. Kevin Durant MVP. Let's get to the offseason, man. It's time to start building this squad. Okay, let's check out the draft lottery, see what our odds were. I didn't really check the standings or anything, so let's jump in and see what happens. I'm hoping we don't have the number 1 odds. We don't have the number 1 odds. We have the number 5 odds, which weirdly in this game probably gives us more of a chance of getting the first pick. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we can just jump from 5. 3. I'll take the 3rd pick. That should still get us some serious talent in this draft. I'm hoping I downloaded a good draft class. So let's go. That's solid. That's solid. We can work with that. Okay, so I'm looking at the mock draft, and these guys are predicting us to take Jalen Green. That is exactly who I'd want if he's available. He'd be a great Bradley Beal replacement. Cade Cunningham's not going to fall to us. I wish he did. Like, he'd be amazing. Yeah, it looks like Jalen Green's the guy that I want to fall to me. Like, I'd take an Evan Mobley. I'd take a couple of these other guys, but Jalen Green is that dude. So let's just hope for the best. Let's hop into the draft. All right, Pistons on the clock. Let's hope they don't take Cade. Please. Oh, they took Cade. All right, that was expected. Cade Cunningham. We'll have to get you another day, my guy. That's a shame. Okay, Kings, pick number 2. Please don't take Jalen Green. Jalen Johnson. Okay. That's fine. I can deal with that. We're going Jalen Green, I think. Let's have a look at the draft anyway, see what's available. Oh, this is the guy I wanted to check out. See, this kid Jalen Suggs in real life, like, go watch a mixtape. Kid's looking amazing, but I'm thinking because we need a replacement for Bradley Beal, Jalen Green is the boy. Hop on board. Let's see what kind of overall he's rocking as well. 78 overall. I can definitely deal with that. That is perfect. Just out of interest, where is Jalen Suggs, the other guy I was considering? 77. I think we made the right pick. That's awesome. Okay, so obviously in free agency, we're going to have to pay John Collins. That is going to be the big one, but we've got some options here. I think I'm going to bring back all these guys because they're all important pieces. Good to see Wagner's up to a 79 overall from the G League. That is nice. And John Collins is definitely getting that qualifying offer. We are going to bring him back. He'll be a great piece to build around. Okay, so before we bring John Collins back, I might try and finesse the system a little bit and sign someone else as well. I think because of Westbrook, we're still... Yeah, I can't even afford some of these top guys. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard's unrealistic. I don't really need DeRozan. Lowry's too old. But Andre Drummond, like, he's a center I'd quite like to pair with John Collins because John Collins, like, great offensive player, but cannot defend. So a defensive center like Drummond who's going to get some boards, I kind of like it, but I will need to clear some cap space if I want to do that. Oh, and here lies the problem. See, all of these guys are guys that I kind of want on the squad, to be honest, other than Cassius Winston, but he's not paid anything anyway, so I honestly just think it's the whole Westbrook thing capping us out. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything with Westbrook. I can't think of a single trade for him. So, yeah, I don't think we're going to have enough cap for Drummond, which is tough. Do you know what? Troy Brown Jr., there are 3 shooting guards here, so maybe I could look at Troy Brown Jr. I think he'd have some good trade value. Might be worth testing the waters for him, actually. Okay, the Bulls need wing depth, I think. So, another young piece for their team could be interesting. I think they're going to move on from Otto Porter at the end of this season, so they probably need to refill his position. They could slide him to the 3. However, I'm trying to keep this realistic, and even Troy Brown in 3 seconds, I don't think it's worth both of these, so I'll stick to 1 pick. And yeah, that'll help. That'll help clear 5 million at least. Okay, I've just thrown a bag at Jarrett Allen just because I thought it'd be worth doing. Like, he'd be a perfect center next to John Collins. So we'll throw him a bag, and then... Yeah, we might have to see how everything else shakes out, honestly, with John Collins. Because if Collins gets an offer before the end of the moratorium period anyway, we're kind of screwed. So for now, let's just see what happens. All right, Jarrett Allen has agreed, which is nice. We'll see if they match it. John Collins, okay. If we can't keep rights on John Collins, this is definitely a no-go. Okay, yeah, that's not going to work. I need to keep rights on John Collins. So sorry, Jarrett, you're not going to be the guy. I think we're just going to have to sign Collins and work it out from there. Yeah, let's just see if Collins gets an offer. I think he has. All right, he's got an offer from the Spurs. We are definitely going to match that. Everybody else here can walk. That is absolutely fine. And then we'll just get through moratorium and kind of see what we have left cap space-wise. Like, that's quite a hefty contract for John Collins, so I am not optimistic. All right, let's bring in Johnny Boy. Perfect. Locked in. That's beautiful. And now let's see what we got left. Probably not much. So we've got like 9 mil left in cap space, and honestly, we're kind of set at every position at the minute, so I think the only person we need is probably a backup point guard. Let's see what we can get in free agency there. Honestly, we don't need anyone too crazy. I kind of like Satoransky. I think he was a Wizard previously, so maybe we'll bring him back. Honestly, let's bring back Sato for the culture. I'm feeling it. 2-year team option. I'll lowball him a little bit and see if he accepts that. I wouldn't mind bringing Sato back. Like, he'd just be a solid piece to have off the bench. There we go, Thomas. Let's get him in. Perfect. Oh, man. Westbrook declines by 2. That is so tough. He is going to be bad, man. We need to trade him, but I just have nothing. Everyone else is getting better, though. You've got to love the young teams. Like, everyone's surging up in overall, so that's looking sweet. Okay, I could not handle Westbrook being an 85 overall. So what I have done is I have offered Westbrook and a first-round pick with Quinn Cook in a second, just to kind of sweeten the pot a little bit for Blake Griffin. Like, I don't intend to get much use out of Blake Griffin, but, like, I don't think we're ready to win this season either yet. I can't be dealing with 2 more years of Westbrook. He's going to decline again next season. At least with Griffin, you know, he's going to be a free agent at the end of next year. We'll get him off the books. Detroit are going to be bad anyway, so I think they'll be willing to take on 2 years of Westbrook for the pick. I like it. If they're willing to do it, I'm willing to do it. Let's see what happens. Bang. Okay, we have gotten rid of Westbrook. That could be kind of huge, honestly. Okay, here we are at training camp. Sorry, I had to do that Westbrook trade. Like, seeing that decline to 85, I was just like, nah, I'm done. I'm out. So, untapped potentials all around here. I want to develop our young guys. Obviously, Denny's getting one. I'm thinking probably, I don't know if I'll keep Rui. He might be the one that's traded. In terms of young talent, I'm thinking Jalen Green's going to be the guy. So, it says he's an A+, but just in case. All right, he's going to be a stud. And then one more, I'll probably use that on... Let's go DeAndre Hunter. I want him to be a stud. Okay, season number 2. We got Thomas Satoransky right now. Jalen Green, who I'm hyped about. DeAndre Hunter, I'm actually going to start him because, I mean, honestly, he's progressing a bit quicker than Denny. I think Denny would be a good playmaker off the bench anyway. We've got Hachimura, Wagner, and Kevin Huerter on the bench right now, which we kind of need to sort out because we do not have a backup point guard right now. Blake Griffin, look, man, like... I don't need to play him. I'm a young team. We're trying to develop guys. He's just going to rot outside of the rotation. I'm sorry. It just is what it is. And yeah, the only thing I'm thinking is we could use an upgrade at a starting point guard position. Rui Hachimura, right? So small forward, small forward. They kind of play the same position off the bench. I want to roll with Denny. So no disrespect, and I'm sorry, Wizard fans. I know this guy's going to be good. I just think it's time to trade Rui Hachimura. Honestly, like if we could trade Hachimura for a starting point guard, that could be the move, honestly. Okay, so the Cavs, Kevin Love's getting old. They might want a replacement power forward, a young guy that they can build around. Garland and Sexton both kind of need the ball, so maybe this move would make their roster a bit more balanced. I kind of like this trade. I've gone 2 seconds and a first, and I'm hoping that's enough on top of Hachimura to push this through. Let's see what happens, man. And they agree to that. That is perfect. All right, Garland is going to be our point guard moving forward. We're going to build around him. That's a lot better than Westbrook right now. I'm loving it. Okay, here's a squad going into season number 2. I think we've made some improvements. We got Westbrook out of the way, and we got a nice young team to build around. I don't know if we're ready to make the playoffs yet, but we could push for it. Garland, Green, Hunter, Collins, and Bryant. Collins and Bryant as my bigs. I mean, there is no defense there, so we're not going to be great until I can maybe move Bryant to the backup big and get a better starting center. But for now, I'm feeling it. Denny Avdia as the 6th man, Mo Wagner, Satoransky, and Huerter. I'm kind of liking that. Scoring options-wise, we're giving the keys to John Collins. I want John Collins to average 25 points per game. I forgot to check player stats last season, but I will this season. Darius Garland, again, he's a scorer. Like, he can get buckets, I think. So we'll put him as a 2nd option, and then Jalen Green is the 3rd. System-wise this year, we're going to go 7 seconds. It's actually a 3.5-star fit. So to me, that suggests that we could push for the playoffs. I'm thinking this season we'll probably just miss the playoffs, but if we can sneak in with like a 45-win record, I would be ecstatic. I'm thinking we're more likely to be around 40 wins, but let's see what happens. Okay, so at the end of season number 2, fringe playoff team as expected, 41 and 41. Giannis MVP, Cade Cunningham Rookie of the Year, as always. Jalen Suggs balling out. I can't wait to see this kid in real life. He's going to be really good. Giannis Antetokounmpo doing the whole MVP DPOY thing once again. And Ja Morant, 2nd year in a row most improved with the same numbers. That's weird. All NBA teams, again, I'm not expecting to see any Wizards at this point. Let's go back to All NBA 2nd team. No Wizards in sight. No John Collins making a crazy appearance. Okay, that is fine. And it looks like we just missed the playoffs. The Cavs stuck in there. Let's actually have a look at the standings. Okay, 2 wins out. We were close. We were about there. We're close enough. We're getting places, to be fair. Okay, season stats, and things are looking wild. We got 3 20-point scorers. One of them is a rookie. He probably could have won Rookie of the Year, to be honest. 21 for Jalen Green. 23 and 11 with 2 blocks for Collins. That is wild. And I did not expect 21 and 6 from Garland, so that is a huge pickup. DeAndre Hunter really, really solid off the bench. Denny starting to do a bit better. His efficiency could be better, but I do like the 5 assists per game. Hopefully he'll develop into a player next season. Thomas Bryant just kind of doing Thomas Bryant-like things. 44% from the field. Can he shoot from 3? Not really. Might be a trade candidate, honestly. All right, let's simulate these playoffs and get to another offseason because we got more work to do. I'm thinking next season is where we push, hard, try and make something happen. Nuggets win the championship. That means a Jokic MVP. Surely, boom, averaging 20, 11, and 10. What a monster. Okay, so we're here at the NBA draft, and I actually managed to stockpile quite a few picks last season, so I want to see how good they all are. I think I have 4 picks in this year's draft just from the various trades that we made. So, whoa. Okay, our pick may be the 14th, but we got the 4th, the 6th, 14th, 23rd. Wow. It's trade season. Pick 4 and pick 6 for pick 1. Let's see if they'll accept that. No. What if I throw in 23? There we go. Okay, perfect. We have the number 1 pick in the draft, and we have still retained the 14th. So, let's make some picks. I don't need to overthink this. Chet Holmgren is that dude. Like, he's a great player, projected to go #1. He is the skinniest human being of all time. I think he had 196 pounds at like 7'1", which is absolutely ridiculous. But 2K doesn't really care about that, so let's bring him in. If he wants to be good in a real NBA, though, he needs to gain like 90 pounds quick. Now, I've still got the 14th pick here. I think whoever I take with the 14th pick is probably going to get packaged in a trade, honestly. So I'll just take the guy that I've heard of, who is Jabari Smith Jr. Holmgren's an 80, so that is a fantastic start, and Jabari Smith Jr. is a 77. I would call that a successful draft. Satoransky, I'm going to let him walk. That's absolutely fine. We'll pick up another backup point guard. That's all good. Herter and Wagner will give the qualifying offers, and let's hop into free agency, man. Let's hope we got some cap space. Okay, best centers available seem to be Nurkic and Mitchell Robinson. I'm kind of torn between the two of them, honestly. It'll probably be whoever's the better defender. It's probably going to be Mitchell Robinson. Although Nurkic's rebounding is absolutely incredible. Better offensive player. I am torn between these guys, to be honest. Do you know what? I've got a soft spot for Yusuf Nurkic. I like his game a lot, so we'll lowball him a little bit there, see if he'll accept like 102. We've got some restricted guys here. I'm not going to bring back Blake Griffin at all. Thomas Bryant, will probably let him walk unless he wants to come back like after moratorium. These guys are restricted, so we'll kind of wait and see on them. For now, let's see if we get Nurkic, which we do. Keep the rights to these guys. I will renounce the rights on Bryant because Nurkic can replace him. Everybody else can walk, and that is looking beautiful, man. Big Nurk, the Bosnian bear, welcome to the squad, my guy. That is a huge pickup for us. Okay, now probably re-sign Mo Wagner as a backup big and Kevin Herter. Like, why not? I don't think we've got any like crazy cap space available anyway. Do you know what? I don't even really need Mo Wagner that much at the moment, to be fair. I got these two. Backup power forward wise, yeah, we're kind of there. Jabari might get flipped. I think we need a backup point guard more than anything. We do, yeah. I mean, Cassius Winston could play the role, but I'm kind of feeling signing somebody. Oh, give me some D Schroeder. Give me some Schroeder all day. That is a beautiful pickup. He'd be a fantastic bench piece for us. I think we'll lowball him a little bit. I don't think he's got any offers, does he? Yeah, 0 offers. We'll lowball him a tad there. 43 million over 3 years. That feels kind of fair. Come on, Dennis. Get involved. Get involved. I'll see if I can still get Herter back at some point as well. I think Wagner's going to have to walk at this point. But for now, let's take, yeah, Dennis Schroeder. That is perfect. That will cap us out on Herter, though. Yeah, I just checked, and there is no way I can clear up cap space to retain Herter, so that is tough. But I think Schroeder's going to give us a hell of a lot, and I'm fine with that. Oh, we got Duncan Robinson here. Anyway, let's pick him up on the mid-level. That's perfect. He can just be a backup 2 that we can use if we need to. That is a great find. Let's go, Duncan. So we got some serious shooting off our bench now, which is great. Some scoring off our bench. Big Duncan, welcome to the squad. Okay, Collins progressing. Hunter progressing really, really nicely. Jalen Green's already an 83 overall. Denny's getting better. Oh, this team is starting to look really, really good. Okay, again, here it's all about the young guys. I want it to be as good as possible. We're going to keep DeAndre going. I actually did not give anything to, what's his name? John Collins. Although he's 25, but I wouldn't mind seeing him get to another level. So we'll make him an A+. That's beautiful. And then who did I give it to? Denny? Yeah, Denny's probably the other one. There we go. Okay, so going into what's going to be the third and final season. Like I said, I wanted this team to be a contender, and I think with a few more moves, this team will be a contender this season. So we've done what we set out to do. As of right now, we've got Garland, Green, Hunter, Collins, and it wants me to start Holmgren, which, I don't know, between these two, we'll see what happens. I might start Holmgren. Off the bench so far, Avdia, Robinson, Schroeder. Got some guys down here. The only thing I think I really need to do is capitalize on this kid's 4-star trade value. So that's something we want to look at. And then Cassius Winston's just sat here as well. So we got a few trades to make. Whoa, Killian Hayes and Wendell. Now that is interesting. This kid's going to be an absolute superstar, so the Pistons get him back, which is the huge part of this. Yusuf Nurkic, still an incredible basketball player. They probably need a big without Drummond or Blake left, so kind of works for both sides. I know they probably wouldn't give up Killian Hayes in real life, but given that we're going all in right now, I'm fine with that. I'll accept that deal. That's nice. Okay, so now we've got Wendell to back up Chet or the other way around. Unfortunately, what that means is that now Killian Hayes is our starting point guard because I'm going to make him our starting point guard. That makes Garland an awesome 6th man, which I'm fine with, but that pushes Dennis out of rotation. So now it's all about capitalizing on his trade value. Okay, I like the look of this. Imagine the Nets getting Duncan Robinson next to Kyrie and KD. I think they'd want that a lot. And Dennis Schroeder to back up Kyrie. That's a really good deal for them, I think. And Karis LeVert for us would be huge. So yeah, let's see if this goes through. No. Okay, wow. They may be making me give up my final first round pick here. At this point, I'm going all in, so I'm fine with it. And we get Karis LeVert. Yeah, this squad is looking at solid. Okay, so I said we were going to do a youth movement, and looking from our top player down, 25 years old, 21 years old, 25, 23, 20. Karis LeVert's ready to retire at 28 years old. Dude is old as hell. 21, 22, 24, 19. Yeah, it's insane. We have built a serious youth movement. Wizards fans, if you trade Bradley Beal and had this squad, I reckon you'd be pretty happy. Like, that is a team for the future. However, I of course hope it will be a contender this season as well. We've got Killian Hayes, Jalen Green, DeAndre Hunter, Hunter, John Collins, Chet Holmgren. Really nice blend of like playmaking through Hayes, scoring, defense, offense, a bit of everything. Then our bench is going to fill it up. Karis LeVert, Darius Garland, Wendell Carter, and Denny Avdia. He somehow ended up at the back end of my rotation. Scoring option-wise, John Collins is going to lead the team as always. Jalen Green, I'm hoping he goes crazy this season. Killian Hayes, like I put him as the third scoring option, but honestly, if he can just average like 11 assists, like that will be the dream, to be honest. He's just got to tee everybody up. System-wise, I'll stay 7 seconds. It worked for us kind of last season, got us to 41 and 41. I think this season we can be at least a 50-win team. My aim in terms of contender right now is if we can be above a 50-win team and make a deep playoff run, I'll be happy. If we win a championship, that's incredible. But for now, 50 wins will do. Let's see what happens. Okay, end of season number 3, and I'm absolutely ecstatic with how this rebuild has gone. We absolutely smashed it. 58 and 24. That is massive. We are definitely a title favorite. Luka Doncic MVP, Paolo Banchero Rookie of the Year, Dame Lillard 6th Man of the Year. Wow, you sim a few years into the future and some wild stuff happens. Giannis, actually, I'm really keen to see who's ahead of Damian in that rotation. Giannis Defensive Player of the Year, DeAndre Ayton Most Improved. All NBA teams, I'm hoping I'm going to see my first Wizard on here somewhere. Let's have a look. All NBA second team, any Wizards. I'll show some love. That's tough. That's tough. We've got a 58 win record and we don't have an All-NBA player. That is brutal. Anyone on defensive teams? That'd be kind of weird to see a Wizard pop up in there. We got nobody. Chet Holmgren, all rookie team, which is solid. He probably averaged some great numbers. I'll check that in a minute. And it has happened. The Wizards, the Washington Wizards are the 1 seed. You love to see it. All right, and we got we got Charlotte in the first round. All right, that should be easy enough. Who they got? Buddy Hield, LaMelo Ball. It's actually a kind of fun team. We should beat them though. Player stats wise, John Collins still leading the way with 22 and 11. That is beautiful. Jalen Green's been a stud from day one. 21 points, 4 assists. Crazy efficiency from the field. Killian Hayes, that is what I wanted him to do. Score solidly, 16 points, but the 9 assists. Like, he is dishing everybody. That is perfect. I think he's probably quite good from downtown as well. Everyone's shooting nicely. That's beautiful. Even Collins is 36%, which is solid. DeAndre Hunter's scoring coming up as well. Chet Holmgren's rookie year. I probably expected a little bit more, if I'm honest, but 12, 8, and 1.3 blocks per game is solid. I think he shoots the 3 well as well. He shot no 3s. That's tough. That probably limited Holmgren. I'll change his 3-point tendency because, I mean, this man's got a A- 3-pointer and he's not shooting 3s, so that is a massive problem. Garland 10 and 4 off the bench. Karis LeVert 10 off the bench. Again, I expected a little bit more from him, but I didn't give him or Garland huge minutes, so that's fine. And these guys just kind of doing their jobs. Wendell Carter, 60% from the field. I mean, do I start him or Chet in the playoffs? That is the question. Do you know what? I will start Chet in the playoffs, but first and foremost, we need to fix his tendencies here because that is unbelievable. He's probably got a 0 3-point tendency despite having a pretty solid 3-point rating. So let's go over here. Tendency 3 is 0. That is 2K. I mean, actually, it's not 2K's fault. It's the guy who made the draft class. So we'll give him at least like a 33-point tendency, so he shoots it like occasionally. I'm fine with that. And here we are, the moment of truth, final season, playoff time, number 1 seed. This is for the Wizards fans. Let's get it. I don't see Charlotte being a problem, but this can't be happening. Come on. No. I'm going to end this video quite simply with a heartfelt message to 2K. And to really deliver the message, let's get our mic up here. I mean, it's a big mic, so this could be a bit awkward. But yeah, we're going to end this with a message to 2K. 2K, fix your shit.